My bad, y'all. Full of my freaking phone, dog. Had storage full to a point where it had to exit out the video. So this is part 2 of comment. Anyways, before my video got cut off due to like the storage being full on my phone and stuff. I said Ice Cube's To America's Most Wanted is forever a classic and it's forever a masterpiece and one of the best solo albums ever when it comes to hip hop history. Due to his his beef and financial problems with a manager that was like stealing, jacking money from them and not paying them, Jerry Heller at that time. So now back to Common. Common doesn't get the respect, enough recognition that he deserves as an artist. MC at that. He's not even a rapper. I wouldn't even say he's a rapper anyways. Not just a rapper, but he's also a dope, illest, the most dopest, the most illest MCs out there to come out the Chi-Town, Chicago, you know? One of the greatest MCs that came out of Chicago back in the 90s. Songs like, we're talking about songs like Come Close on his Electric Circus album featuring Mary J. Blige, where he's dedicating that song to his girlfriend at the time, Erykah Badu and stuff. Sorry if I'm sorry for me I'm pronouncing her name wrong. So Erykah Badu at the time that she was like in a relationship with Common. He came out with a song called Come Close, where he's like collaborating with Mary J. Blige off his Electric Circus. And at this time, that song was a huge success. I remember it coming on 106 in Park, and it was wound up being a huge success of a single back in the like 2000s. I believe it came out in 01, 02, something like that. But I feel like his master, when we speaking about albums, I say his classical albums, his best work, body of work. I'ma just name a few of his albums that's considered classics. Resurrection is one of them. His debut album, 1992, the album that put Chicago on the map. No Chicago artist at this period of time, never came out, never put Chicago on the map, never made Chicago relevant at this time. Nobody had that voice to represent the city of Chicago until artists like Common and Twista came out. So Common is one of those rappers that put Chicago on the map with his album to come out, his debut album, Can I Borrow $1? Songs like Take It Easy on the album, Penny for My Thought, and one of my other favorites on the album, Soul for the Pound, or Soul by the Pound, or however the title was like named. He was going, even the Soul for the Pound, he was going in, bruh. Take It Easy was dope, was nice. Penny for My Thought was dope. But Soul for the Pound is one of my all-time favorite on the album, Can I Borrow $1? So, yeah. Then Resident, I think this is his sophomore album that came out, was a follow up to Can I Borrow My Dollar? Can I Borrow a Dollar? It was like a follow up to the album Can I Borrow My Dollar? Can I Borrow a Dollar? Called Resurrection. This is when he dropped Common Sense to Common and stuff. So my favorite, I said, of course, I Used to Love Her, is where he even became more of a hit. That song is actually that song I Used to Love Her, where he's like, where people would think that he's talking about a girl, but really he's talking about the essence and how he appreciate growing up of hip hop. He's really talking about hip hop in the song. That's why it was called I Used to Love Her. And it's one of those songs where Ice Cube took something the wrong way. He took it as a diss. He felt some type of way when it was like some lyric that Common said something about boys in the hood or something like that. I didn't think that she was boys in the or something like. I gotta go back to like. I gotta go back and listen to I Used to Love Her, but it was a lyric. It was a lyric per se where Ice Cube took something the wrong way and he wound up dissing him at this time Ice Cube was in a group called West Side Connection, and once he heard I Used to Love Her by Common, he took it the wrong way, and him and his group, Mac 10, Dub C, they wound up dissing Common, and Common came back on the song called The B and U, where it's the most slept on diss tracks of all times from Common. And I feel like it should be up there with the Ethers and the Takeover, the Bridge Is Over, the Roxanne Shantae's diss. No, I don't think Queen Latifah did it. She did, but it was aimed towards Foxy Brown at the time. I'm not gonna get into all that, but I do believe that diss track, the B and U, where he's calling Cube a hypocrite and all that, how you a fake Nation of Islam and stuff, selling bean pies, how his first Friday was good and stuff. I didn't even thought something about Boys in the Hood, where he used that, he took that line from I Used to Love Her and stuff, and he brought that Boys in the Hood line into the diss song, the B in You and stuff. Then it was funny bits apart where he's using Ice Cube's government name O'Shea and stuff, calling him O'Shea. That which I found was funny and clever of Common. So the beef between Common and Ice Cube is one of those beefs where Common also, as an underground artist, finally got some recognition. Like, rappers are starting to know who Common was in the 90s and stuff. And he just a dope MC that doesn't get the credit, same way like Mac from No Limit didn't get the credit. And Mac was like, for my homeboy, he used to be my homeboy that I knew of from Florida, Ocala and stuff. He used to tell me that Mac was like Mac was one of those artists from No Limit, would have gave Nas a run from his money if they would have went toe to toe, if they would have compete Mac and Nas. And he would like compare Mac to like he was like the Nas of the South. There we go. But yeah, man, Common was a beast on the mic. He still is. I still got long ways to go to listen to all of his hip hops and stuff, all his hip hop albums. I know he did some like albums in the 2010s and all that. So back to his albums rankings that I feel like is a masterpiece and a classic. Can I Borrow a Dollar is one of them. Resurrection. Oh, and also I also love Resurrection and on the album of the title, Resurrection. I Used to Love Her, of course. There's other songs that he also did on the, I think Watermelon is on there. I'm not sure. Is on the Resurrection album. It's that. Electric Circus is one of them albums that's good. But his most higher anticipated, I think that's how you say it, anticipated album of all times, and his most body of work album. If we talking about Common as mainstream, the album that put him really mainstream, that he worked with, who was the producer at the time. He was a producer turned rapper at the time. He did it all. Kanye West at this time, where he made Common and twist the mainstream in the 2000s even more. He blew them up even more. He helped them go mainstream, gained the mainstream audience even more. His most higher anticipated album Common has and the body of work, it came out in 2005. I remember the Barbershop TV series once the plot came out, starring Oh My Goodness. I remember they used the song Shot City by Common. They used a little bit. They played a little bit of Common Shot City in the TV series Barbershop. It was like the TV sitcom coming from the movies and stuff. A Barbershop 1 and 2, starring Ice Cube, Eve, and Cedric the Entertainer and all them, and they made it to a TV show starring Oh My Goodness, I Know, and the dude Chris that was in The Wire. And they played a little bit of Common Shot City. His most higher, I'ma just get into the freaking point. His most body of work came out in the mid 2000s. It was the album called B, and it had songs like Testify, Go. I think Go was on it. No, Testify, The People. It had Testify, The People. Oh, Shy City. But out of all my favorite songs from B, it had to be the Shy City. It was a line where Common made me laugh. He said something about Rick James B and stuff like that. But yeah, Common when it comes to rhymes, the subject matter, him putting metaphors all together in his lyrics, in his rhymes and stuff, and how the way he flows and stuff, real good, real dope. Not good, but great and better and greater. Like compared to other MCs like Kool G Rap, like I was saying, Kool G Rap, Special Ed, KRS-One and them. Common is up there with the Mos Def and stuff like that. I think they did a song. Him and Mos Def did a song. I think they was in a group together. I forgot. I don't remember much. I think they did a song called Reparation, I believe. I know Common later on wound up doing a song with Nas later on in life. So I haven't heard of a song, but you know what? I might to the people that want me to talk more about Common. I think the more I get done with all the albums and stuff, more of his albums that I'm about to listen to, more and stuff. I'm a go back, I might do a video about Common again and make it a part 3. So yeah, if y'all want to, but but regardless, I might do a Common part 3. So yeah, man, I think I just said my piece. Common is the most underrated, slept on rapper, MC coming out of Chicago. I asked a lot of people for my job. A lot of people on the streets that I come across by. I ask them, do they listen to Common? Were they ever into Common? A few said that they love Common for my job. Some across the streets that I come across when I ask them, or if they like hip hop nerds just like me. Some in my job, some that I come across said that they love some Common. Some people don't not feeling Common because, like I was saying earlier, to them they feel like it's too positive. Common as a rapper is too positive for them. It's too boring. They want to listen to some stuff that will pump them up, make them want to fight somebody, make them want to get in the zone. Like a Lil Durk, like the drill stuff, like a Lil Durk, LPG Duck and them, 600 Breezy, something Chief Keef and them. Something that brought hip hop into destructions, that created a self-destruction to hip hop, a negative element, a negative essence of hip hop that makes you want to think the ugliness side of hip hop when there's another side of hip hop that is even more positive, more pure innocent, makes you want to think, makes you want to like be more creative in your lyrics than the ignorant side of the hip hop, like the trap music, the drill side, the gangster rap, the mumbling. So that's that side of hip hop. There's two sides of hip hop. You got the gangster ones, you got the conscious ones, political stuff, like where they rap about real stuff, what's going on in society, the minorities of the blacks and the Hispanics, how they getting treated on by white people and stuff, by the white corrupt system of racism, discrimination, prejudice, and all that. To where the negative side, you got the rappers where they like talk about gangster stuff, like the drill side, killing the ops, like the GDs beefing with the BDs, BDKs, GDK and all that, the Vice Lords and all that, the Bloods and the Crips, like calling them slobs and crabs, what else? Disrespecting women, calling them bees and hoes and all that. Saying the N-word every time, overusing the word N-words, knowing dang on well that our ancestors are looking down on that and are so disappointed at us using the N-word and overusing it and stuff like that, because that N-word meant so much to them. It put them down so bad to a point where we use it in a good way. Every time when we use this, we should be thinking about how our ancestors felt when they was being called that name. and that we should not be, even as us as black folks, we shouldn't be using the N-word anyway, because it was meant, that word was meant to put us down and make us feel less of a person, of a human being as black people, and that we shouldn't be using it regardless how we like taking the word and making it as ours to make it sound good, when in actual reality it's bad. It's bad to use it. It's bad, and it's an ugly word, so we shouldn't be using it. But anyways, I'm gonna try wrapping this up. I'm not trying to make this video too long. Comment. Hopefully one day you watch this video. I just want to say, man, you've been a huge part of my like life as an adult. As of right now, a huge inspiration. Even as a kid, when you was doing movies, even as a kid when you was doing movies, even when I was a kid when you was doing movies and stuff. My bad. You actually a good actor too. So I respect you. Much love, power to you. I'm glad you was one of those rappers, MCs that came out and did your thing and put Chicago on the map. You deserve your flowers. And I think he also at the B, he also has an album called, where he has a hoodie and stuff on. I think it was called The Corner or Go. I gotta go back to a discography. I don't know much about, I gotta be honest with y'all, I don't know much about Common's music, because growing up in the 2000s, I was always into, my favorite rapper in the 2000s it's always gonna be to this day Bow Wow. I was listening to Bow Wow, Soulja Boy, Lil Romeo at that time, Master P, people T.I. and all that, Young Jeezy, of course. I was listening to stuff like that. But mainly at that time when you were a kid, this is why it was so good to be a kid in the 2000s. You couldn't, as a kid in the 2000s, if you couldn't, there was like the reason why I said it was good to be a kid in the 2000s is because you had strict parents where they didn't want you to listen to rap that involve all this cussing and stuff. So I had like an uncle growing up. He didn't want me to listen to people like Ludacris, Snoop Dogg, and all DMX, all these people that was like rapping filthy stuff. So as a kid growing up, you had role models that they didn't rap filthy. They didn't have that. They rap was completely clean. Bow Wow was one of them. Bow Wow, Lil Romeo, can't believe I'm gonna say this, Nick Cannon. Will Smith was still rapping and stuff at this time, but he was more of a full-time actor at this time. So Will Smith, even Chameleon, these rappers wasn't cussing in their raps. So if when you was a kid growing up to that, that's why I feel sorry for people that's growing up in this today age, in the 2020s. Even when the late 2010s was here, they don't have role models like Bow Wow, Lil Romeo, Nick Cannon, Will Smith, a Chameleon. They don't have rappers like that wasn't cussing and stuff like that. Even if I was like listening to Common back in the day, they was not. Oh, and Lupe, I was like also into Lupe Fiasco. Also another Chicago legend. Hands down, props to much love and respect to the homie Lupe Fiasco. I messed with some Lupe Fiasco, Kid Cudi. So stuff like that that was meant so much as a kid growing up in the 2000s. So yeah, much love, respect, comment. I might do a part 3 once I finish the whole comment hip hop album marathon. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna do a comment marathon. I'm gonna come back with a part 3. So peace, one love, much love to the city of Chicago. Y'all still got love. I still rep that after living there for 3 years. I moved to Chicago in 2020, left the city like in 2023 as of right now. I now live in Rockford and stuff. So much love to the Wild Hundreds and all that I rep. Hunter, Indiana, where I was like living at, not growing up, where I was living at. Hunter, Indiana, 111 Indiana and stuff, nearby West Pullman, the Roseland area actually, West Roseland and all that stuff. Best spot ever in the Wild Hunters to go to is the New Taste of Chicago. I feel like that's the best joint off of, I guess it's off of Michigan Ave, where there's like the Dollar General, the Boost Mobiles, there's some type of store at and stuff like that. It's not too far from the Dan Ryan 95th Street or Halsted. Then if you go on the other side, you see there's South Indiana Ave, and keep on going straight, there's West Pullman and all that. So, and where there's like liquor stores and all that. That's all the Wild Hunters, and that park called what's it called again? The Palmer Park. Yeah, Palmer Parks. Yeah, where I used to go there a few times. The Palmer Park. Yeah. Much love to the Wild Hunters. Much love to everywhere in the Wild Hunters, and not just the Wild Hunters. All over Chicago, like the West Side, the Inglewoods, the O Block, 63rd, 64th, Stony Island, and everywhere in the city of Chicago. Much love, respect. I always will have love to y'all. My baby mama from the Chi, so yeah. Much love to all the people in the Chi, even hip hop. So, all right, peace, y'all. Deuces.